Now, Republican lawmakers are furious at the Internal Revenue Service that after the agency told Congress it lost a potentially huge batch of emails to and from Lois Lerner. As you know, Ms. Lerner is the central figure in the agency's Tea Party targeting controversy. And that revelation comes about 1 month after the tax agency agreed to turn over Ms. Lerner's emails to Congress. But critics charge it's another roadblock to the ongoing investigation of potential political wrongdoing. So, are these emails really missing? Or is this mysterious disappearance on purpose? John Fund, columnist for the National Review magazine, author of the new book, Obama's Enforcer, Eric Holder's Justice Department. You know, it's easy, it's simple. There's an explanation. The dog ate it.
Well, I think even worse, they're playing us for fools. You don't lose this amount of emails permanently unless you want to. I have a simple solution. There's a congressman from Texas, Steve Stockman. He says, you know, Snowden says the National Security Agency can find anything. Well, let's have the National Security Agency forensic audit of the emails, and I suspect we'll find something. And there's another way you can handle this. You know, they say that we can't find any of her emails to and from people at the White House and Treasury. Well, did they go to her and say, who did you correspond with at the White House and Treasury?
But she ain't talking.
Well,
she's not giving anything up.
Then you can go to everyone at the White House and Treasury, and you can subpoena them, and you can say, did you ever have contact with Lois Lerner? Turn over your... Because remember, if she sent the email, there's a copy of it to the person she sent.
Oh, John, you just solved it. The other people have copies of it.
Yes, but they're not cooperating either.
Well, why don't they do that?
Because there's a cover-up.
You really believe that there's a...
There's no other possible explanation. These emails were requested 13 months ago. For Congress to only be informed now, I mean, Richard Nixon must be smiling somewhere in his grave that people have finally surpassed his abilities.
The email time period, is that crucial? January 2009 to April 2011. So you've got, what, January to April just before the 2012 election.
Well, let's see. The Tea Party formed in early 2009 in reaction to Obamacare.
That's January 2009.
They started building and started gaining strength. We know that Lois Lerner and other people at the IRS were very concerned about this. And then, of course, the 2010 election happened. And, of course, the Democrats had an historic defeat, so they were really rattled. And if they were going to be a response to try to shut down the Tea Party in early 2011, I suspect that all of this would have involved in the planning and the execution and the discussion of how the Tea Party targeting and slowdown of the Tea Party applications took place.
But Ms. Lerner famously said she didn't do anything wrong. In fact, the reports say that she called the IRS IT department, and the technicians came in to try and restore a hard drive, and that didn't work.
I'm not a computer expert, but no hard drive is completely gone unless you literally crush it and pound and basically turn it into dust. So again, let's have the NSA look at this.
Maybe wonder if they did that. So what do you think this means, bottom line? I mean, there's no way to get these emails. Can there be a subpoena? Can the FBI and the DOJ potentially go in and get these? They've got to be in there somewhere.
Look,
these days in cyberspace.
The director of the IRS, by all accounts, is an honest, professional man. And remember, he's new in this job. He came in after this mess. I think you call him in, Mr. Kostanen, and you say, Mr. Kostanen, we now want full cooperation. Will you bring everyone that we wish to Capitol Hill so we can question them, or have them raise their hand and testify under oath? Because if the dog really did eat the emails, we'll find that out. But if these people want to raise their oath and commit perjury if there was a cover-up, I suspect there are a couple of them that don't want to commit perjury. And then we'll finally get to the truth. Will he send the IRS employees from the lowest levels all the way up to the top to Capitol Hill so they can be subpoenaed and testify under oath?
Well, you're talking about a major, broad-reaching investigation.
Well, it looks as if there's a major, broad-reaching cover-up going on.
Well, the major mainstream media is not that outraged.
I think wait until the next couple days. I think as people digest this, and as remember, we've had Iraq, and Iraq has basically wiped this off the news for the last day that we've had this. I think this is going to build because it doesn't pass the smell test, the taste test, the ear test, no test.
Missing emails, I mean, this is not what how the government's supposed to work. I mean, when we pay our taxes, do we expect them to say, oh, we don't have your stuff? Don't worry about it?
There'll be a lot of black humor, I think, when taxpayers meet with IRS agents in the future. Like, well, you lost your emails. Can't you understand why I lost mine?
Exactly. Bottom line, what do you think will eventually happen? I mean, it's just what allegedly went on is just astounding.
I think we will come to the bottom of it. But remember, a lot of this is running out the clock. I don't think the people who did this in the administration want this to come out before the November election. And after the November election, well, they're going to be heading out the door. Maybe they can stall long enough that this will be discovered in the next administration.
Or running out the clock on potential criminal charges?
Conceivably, but I think right now most of the concern is political embarrassment, because this is very Nixonian, and it's, shall we say, both the black humor of, you know, this electronic version of the 18.5-minute gap, and of course one of the impeachment articles against Richard Nixon was an attempt to use the IRS against political opponents. People forget that.
Well, almost a huge amount of emails missing, vanished, disappeared. We'll see what happens.
I hope so.
Thank you. All right, Thal?
Okay, guys.